Grab your cup of coffee, and today we are going to be talking about how to create a homeschool calendar. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching today, and you are getting like official office me today because the easiest way to do this was to be able to show you on a computer. So if you guys didn't know, in the Knoxville area, my church and I have started mostly the church allowing us to do this, and then I'm just the tool that God is using to do this. But we have started a local homeschool group, and one of the questions that recently came up with one of the new moms was, how do you even start the calendar to make sure you have the requirements? So we live in the state of Tennessee. The current requirement is 180 days. So what I do is I plan my calendar around that. I also plan things in there for like, hey, I don't want to do bookwork this day. I want to do whatever the fun holiday is for that day, or the actual national holidays like Columbus Day, Dia de los Muertos. We also plan time off for the election where the kids went with us to vote this time. Thanksgiving, Pearl Harbor Day, things like that. And then we're usually off at Christmas. But I add those days in as well. And then I also will fill in things for like going for field trips and things. I also plan for like our summer semester, because usually my kids ask to do a summer semester. It takes a couple of credits off. So today I'm going to show you how we do that for a year-round calendar. If you don't want to do year-round, you could just follow along, and then I'm just going to take the summer portion off, or you could just take the summer portion off, and then you don't have to do that summer semester, which actually this upcoming school year is the last time we're planning a summer semester, because I will have 2 11th graders, because my oldest 2 are graduating before this video, or right after this video goes out. So yeah, you're getting official office me. This is a setup that I have for when we do a lot of like sit down filming. And also like I've got laundry going in the background because life be busy and crazy. So we're going to try to get as much done as we can today. Also, office filming me, I have several videos. Let me talk to you guys about some videos that are coming up. So some other things that came up at group that we wanted to talk about was elective tracks. We are going to be doing several videos between now and our Disney cruise that we were gifted for my seniors graduating. Yesterday was my 20th wedding anniversary. I have a sweet 16, and my youngest is starting her 11th grade year of high school at age 14. So we have a lot of things that we're celebrating right now, but we do have several videos coming up talking about planning elective tracks for high school, and how you can plan elective tracks based on what your kids want to do after they graduate. And if they change their mind halfway, no harm done. They still have elective credits to help them to graduate. So I'm going to get straight into this, and I may sound a little weird because I forgot to put my hearing aid in before I put the earphones on. Also, they kind of fight with each other. But what I'm going to do now is we are going to go straight into Google Docs. And I may not look at the camera the whole time. I may not even keep the whole camera clip. So after literally fighting with my computer for an hour, there's something on my drive that's not updating. It is not allowing me to do just screen record. So I'm going to start completely over from scratch. And we're just going to do screen grabs, and I'm going to explain the pictures as we go. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a brand new sheet, like a Google sheet. And then we're going to go up to the top, and we're just going to name it 2025 to 2026 school calendar. And then we're going to leave it right there. So Windows G. Screen grab. There we go. See my captures. Thank you. Show me my captures all times. Alright. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the first column. And we are just going to start numbering our weeks. Now, the reason why I number these weeks, and I guess now I can just still talk and type, and you guys will see the final product here in a minute. But the reason why I number these weeks is because I use this to link all of my calendars together. That way, like, if I'm planning a trip, I can be like, oh, what week are we doing school that week? What do I need to grab to go with us? Because some of our school is on DVD still, which I'm okay with that. That's a whole different story for another day. But some of it will require DVDs, or I might need like a specific book, or I can transfer, like instead of digital work, we can do it on worksheets, things like that. So with that said, what I'll do is I will look at my school calendar and link it with my work calendar and all that. And then also sometimes I will specifically change the videos to be based on like what we're doing that week in school, or you know what our travel plans are for that week. Like if we're going to do a field trip, I allow time in my work calendar to be able to record, hey, we went on this cool trip, or hey, we did this GoPro shot of filming driving through this gorgeous area. So little things like that as we go through. So the next thing on here is you will see that we're adding the months in right here. Now I will go ahead and tell you that when I'm planning this, I actually start in reverse order. So while the next column is months, I actually started at the bottom on week 17 through 18. Now after homeschooling for like 15 years, I do know that usually, sometimes this changes, usually our fall semester has about 18 weeks to it. The way that I build that in is once we started doing summer semesters for high school credit, I do 2 weeks between our spring and summer semester completely off from schoolwork. Then we do 5 weeks, is it 5? Yeah, 5 weeks of summer school, a week off in the middle of summer school, 3 more weeks to fill up 45 days required by the state of Tennessee for a summer semester to count. Then we do 2 weeks between the summer semester and the fall semester. Usually that gives us about 18 weeks to meet the 90-day requirement in the state of Tennessee. So I do have that already planned out. And like I said, I do that in reverse order, usually about 2 weeks in December. Now, I will say that that does mean that we technically count the week of Thanksgiving, U.S. Thanksgiving, as part of our school week, or our school calendar. But like that's a whole different video we could possibly shoot this Thanksgiving or leading up to Thanksgiving, talking about how we do Thanksgiving for school credit. But and we have actually done it for like done book work, and it counts for school credit and things like that. So I do count Thanksgiving as that. So if you don't do the week of Thanksgiving, you may need to adjust your calendar as you go. Remember that homeschool is completely supposed to be based upon your family's needs and calendars. So like if you guys need to take some extra weeks off here and there, do that. I'm just showing you how I plan in our calendar, and then we'll go from there. So speaking of which, I have now added on here, this next picture you'll see is our calendar, and these are the weeks that I went. Again, I started with the second, or the lot, with December, and slowly worked my way up. So it gives us 2 weeks in December, 4 weeks in November, 4 weeks in October, September and October kind of share that last week of September, 5 weeks September, and 3 weeks in August. But that still allows us to take that 2-week gap between the summer semester and the fall semester completely off from schoolwork. The next thing that you're going to see on here is I'm going to see if it will let me screen grab this or screen record this really quick. So we're going to click right here, and this is right after our week 18. Format, conditional formatting. We're going to do text does not contain the number 90. Then we're going to turn it red. We're going to fill in right here the number 5. We're going to autofill that. Actually, that's too small. Let's go about there. So then we're going to grab here. We're going to, we're going to go here. We're going to type equals, SUM, sum, not that, parenthesis, and then you click your first, one, you drag it down to the last one that you need it counting, your first square. My brain just went blank, my first, box. So now this right here is going to equal whatever that right here, that number that you're seeing at the bottom, then the red 5. That now means that the rest of these, I'm going to do a picture here. Like I said, sorry guys, it's fighting me so hard right now. I'm just going to have to wait for Matt to come home and figure out why it's not doing it, because I've recorded up to like hours before and it's not doing that right now. So that 5 right there. So now every time I fill in, okay, how many weeks did I actually do here? It is going to autofill that box. So let's do Windows G and do screen record. So again, because I've already filled this in once and then it lost all the footage, I'm just going to copy and paste. No, not that. Right here, Control V. There we go. So that is, you see, 90 days. Now I'm going to switch back to just doing pictures real quick because it's going to be difficult. You can see, if you look at that first row of September right there, it says 4. Now that's because on Labor Day, we do not do school. It's one of the holidays we do not do school on. And so I do not count that one. And then if you look at the first row of October, you will see that it says a 6. And then if you look at this next picture right here, you can see that I've now filled in some words right here for you guys to look at. So now for October, I have told myself, okay, if we're going to fill the 90 days and not have to do school past this calendar here, and this is the tentative calendar right here, then I am going to need to do a field trip on a Saturday in October to offset that Labor Day being taken off in September. Now, I may move that. I may do a field trip in August or September or November, but the goal would be usually about October because that's when it is absolutely gorgeous and the weather is comfortable in East Tennessee. Usually closer to the end of October because sometimes beginning of October still feels like scorching sun summer. But again, that's kind of the goal. That's why I usually say October. So that right there is the first semester. And like I said, that's basically how we do it. We start with December and say, okay, I don't want to go past this point in December. And then I work my way backwards and fill it in. Then I take these little slots beside it and I will say, okay, I want to take this off for this holiday. I want to take this off for this holiday. Now, when I fill in the second semester, and I'm going to go ahead and just copy and paste because again, I was almost done with the footage and it lost all of it. I'm going to just copy and then I'm going to come over here and paste it in. And then I am going to do another screen grab and just show you guys what it looks like. And oh yay, let's fix that really quick for that screen grab before I show it to you. There we go. All right, so let's do another screen grab right there. All right, next slide. I feel like I'm like an 80s or 90s school professor with like slides. Anyway, so next slide. So as you can see here, this one kind of gives you all a little bit different. So somehow in a family of 6, none of us have birthdays between or in the fall semester, like at all. We have one family member who has one in November, and like their birthday would fall like on a weekend. So like I wouldn't even need school time off for that. But like, yeah, I have all the birthdays are in that well, not all. Most of our 4 out of 6 of our birthdays are in that spring semester. 2 of them are on there. The 4th one, oh yeah, let me put that there. So the 4th one is actually the last week of school. Which we'll figure that out later. So let's talk about that though. So like I said, so with birthdays, I try not to do schoolwork for anybody on birthdays. Like if somebody's behind, kind of, they will still have to do school on that day. But normally in general, we don't do school on birthdays. So I'm not going to say which day it was. I did still put in there for 5 days for that week and then just put a 4 beside it because privacy. But yeah, and also like they're back-to-back weeks. If you also look at February, there's a whole week missing. That is because that is the week of Matt and I's anniversary. The reason why I usually take that week off, I didn't the year that we're currently on right now, because we are finishing school early because of 2 graduating, and we are also finishing school early because we're going on our huge trip. So if you guys have any more questions about how to build a school calendar, I really hope this helps. Like I said, I had some personal questions at our in-person group of, hey, how do you do this? How do you make it work? But yeah, this kind of gives you a little general idea of how we do all that. But that is it for today's video. Thank you to all of our members for supporting this content and allowing us to continue making videos for all of our members. If you want, I can help you build a custom PDF and help you build all that for your calendar. If you send me dates and things, I can help you build that. That's a perk that we offer to our members, is that they get additional PDFs and support for supporting us for our channel. And thank you to every single one of you, because even if just watching, liking, positive comments, and subscribing does help our channel to continue going and be able to share this information for free to all of you. And we will see each one of you next time.